watching KTXD TV 47, Greenville, Dallas, Fort Worth.
NFL on Sunday, the most number of touchdowns scored on one day in NFL history.
Great Sunday. Looking forward to Monday Night Football on ESPN.
It's caught, waiting for a signal. Touchdown, Marlon Brown! This is insanity!
This is SportsCenter.
Wild weather and amazing finishes made for an unforgettable Sunday of football. You've got to see how snow played havoc across the NFL, and is Gronk's season over? Kobe's back. Bryant makes his season debut. See how the Lakers superstar looked? Hear Bryant's reaction to his first game. Plus, all comes down to FSU and Auburn. Our experts break down the BCS title game. All on SportsCenter right about now.
Another wild one.
Probably went back to when they were little kids running around out there.
I'm glad they wore purple pants. I'm not sure we would have ever seen them.
That was awesome.
I'm getting frustrated now, too, trying to hold everything back.
Crazy.
At the other guard, where's number 24? 6'6", 18th campaign from Lower Marion High School, Kobe Bryant.
And hello, Dallas Fort Worth. I'm Brady Tinker of DFW Sports Beat, alongside my partner Everson Walls and special guest Marcus Spears. And if you haven't found DFW Sports Beat, we've been working on our first year here on KTXD TV 47. We're on the weekends. We're on Saturday morning at 11 a.m., Saturday evening at 6, and then Sunday morning at that key time, 11:30 a.m., right before the first game start in the NFL. Now, this is the big ticket takeover, and we're so thrilled to have Monday Night Football, Cowboys and Bears coming up tonight. And so all day long, you can sit here and get information from the ticket guys, you and Scott Murray later on, pregame and postgame, and right here in the middle, we throw you a little DFW Sports Beat to give you a taste. So we're going to take one topic that involves this big Cowboys-Bears Monday Night tussle, and it is?
It is matchups.
Matchups.
Because right now we are dealing with two very good wide receivers for the Chicago Bears. Claiborne will not play for the Cowboys. We've got Carr and we've got Scandrick with a matchup between Jeffries and a matchup between Marshall as well.
Marshall.
Two very big wide receivers going up against two kind of diminutive cornerbacks. What do you think about that?
I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. You know, I know Brandon and I know Orlando, they like these big games. They want to play well against these guys so they can, you know, give themselves some stature in the league. And I think both of them are smart players. I think they understand now that they have to pay attention to top receivers after what happened in Detroit. You got to pay attention to those guys, you know, and I think they'll help both of them, but I also think that they'll have to take that challenge going man-to-man sometimes and playing zone. And that's why the importance of who's playing and who's not playing in the NFL every Sunday or Monday night makes such a big difference, because now you got guys that's not really playing their, you know, position per se, that has to match up against some top talent in the league.
Let me ask you something else, either one of you. Looks like Sean Lee and Durant will both play in this game. Now, whenever they go zone, linebackers will drop back and will have an effect on these matchups as well, right? Linebackers coming back that you're used to, that understand this, can also help these cornerbacks, right?
Yeah, and that's very good about that, because, you know, that's what we've been lacking defensively. Even when Sean Lee's been in there, that middle has been opened up a little bit, but that's two very active linebackers that will have your help underneath. And I've always had to say this, and I want you to comment on this. Scandrick, who I have been roasting
tough on
these last couple of years, because he has just really been killing me. You know, with the new contract and all, you expected more out of him. This year, he has really shown me that he's the player that does deserve that contract and does deserve some type of recognition for the job that he's done so far.
I think he's came into his own. And it's different when you're playing nickel and you go in the corner. And a lot of that in the 3-4 defense, you have to play both. So I don't think he's been at a position where he's been very stable and being able to say, hey, this is what I'm doing this game. And I think you're seeing that now. And then the versatility of showing that he can go play cornerback now doesn't hurt him at all. You know, he's young, athletic guy, not very small, very long arms, all the things you like in a DB. So I think some of that stuff is coming to fruition for him now, and we'll see how it goes, because Jeffrey is playing better than any wide receiver other than Calvin Johnson to me right now.
And Brandon Marshall on the other side.
Well, hey,
this is what we do right here on DFW Sports Beat. We do it every weekend for you on Saturdays, 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. and Sunday morning right before the games start at 11:30 a.m. DFW Sports Beat. All sports all the time in the locker room and at the games. We'll see you this weekend. Enjoy Monday Night Football on KTXD TV 47.
I planted my foot and I went to cut and I heard a few popping noises and I never turned and I went down.
I'd been having treatments, but it wasn't working. I showed up one day to work crying. I couldn't walk, I couldn't drive, I couldn't work. It was horrible.
Not long ago, Devin Carrillo tore his ACL playing soccer. A herniated disc had Laura Hughes in terrible back pain. Texas Health Spine and Orthopedic Center got them back to life. For your free surgical consultation, call Texas Health now. We'll work with your insurance company to help you get better.
I was afraid I was never going to play again, but my doctor and nurses helped me feel confident that everything would be okay.
Texas Health was highly recommended. They made the process very easy. I was very comfortable the whole time.
Call Texas Health now for your free surgical consultation.
I'm going to be playing college soccer, which is what I always wanted to do, so pretty excited about that.
I'm a mom, I'm a nurse, and I'm back to being me again.
For your free surgical consultation, call Texas Health Spine and Orthopedic Center now.
Dallas-Fort Worth, I'm Brady Tinker of DFW Sports Beat alongside my partner Everson Walls and special guest Marcus Spears. And if you haven't found DFW Sports Beat, we've been working on our first year here on KTXD TV 47. We're on the weekends. We're on Saturday morning at 11 a.m., Saturday evening at 6, and then Sunday morning at that key time, 11:30 a.m., right before the first game start in the NFL. Now, this is the big ticket takeover, and we are so thrilled to have Monday Night Football, Cowboys and Bears coming up tonight. And so all day long, you can sit here and get information from the ticket guys, you and Scott Murray later on, pregame and postgame, and right here in the middle, we throw you a little DFW Sports Beat to give you a taste. So we're going to take one topic that involves this big Cowboys-Bears Monday night tussle, and it is?
It is matchups.
Matchups.
Because right now, we are dealing with two very good wide receivers for the Chicago Bears. Claiborne will not play for the Cowboys. We've got Carr and we've got Scandrick with a matchup between Jeffries and a matchup between Marshall as well.
Marshall.
Two very big wide receivers going up against two kind of diminutive cornerbacks. What do you think about that?
I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. You know, I know Brandon and I know Orlando, they like these big games. They want to play well against these guys so they can, you know, give themselves some stature in the league.
Doubt.
And I think both of them are smart players. I think they understand now that they have to pay attention to top receivers after what happened in Detroit. You got to pay attention to those guys, you know, and I think they'll help both of them, but I also think that they'll have to take that challenge going man-to-man sometimes and playing zone. And that's why the importance of who's playing and who's not playing in the NFL every Sunday or Monday night makes such a big difference, because now you got guys that's not really playing their, you know, position per se, that has to match up against some top talent in the league.
Let me ask you something else, either one of you. Looks like Sean Lee and Durant will both play in this game. Now, whenever they go zone, linebackers will drop back and will have an effect on these matchups as well, right? Linebackers coming back that you're used to, that understand this, can also help these cornerbacks, right?
Yeah, and that's very good about that, because, you know, that's where we've been lacking defensively. Even when Sean Lee's been in there, that middle has been opened up a little bit, but that's two very active linebackers that will have your help underneath. And I've always had to say this, and I want you to comment on this. Scandrick, who I have been roasting
tough on
these last couple of years, because he has just really been killing me. You know, with the new contract and all, you expected more out of him. This year, he has really shown me that he's the player that does deserve that contract and does deserve some type of recognition for the job that he's done so far.
I think he's came into his own. And it's different when you're playing nickel and you go in the corner. And a lot of that in the 3-4 defense, you have to play both. So I don't think he's been at a position where he's been very stable and being able to say, hey, this is what I'm doing this game. And I think you're seeing that now. And then the versatility of showing that he can go play cornerback now doesn't hurt him at all. You know, he's young, athletic guy, not very small, very long arms, all the things you like in a DB. So I think some of that stuff is coming to fruition for him now, and we'll see how it goes, because Jeffrey is playing better than any wide receiver other than Calvin Johnson to me right now.
And Brandon Marshall on the other side.
Well, hey,
this is what we do right here on DFW Sports Beat. We do it every weekend for you on Saturdays, 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. and Sunday morning right before the games start at 11:30 a.m. DFW Sports Beat. All sports all the time, in the locker room and at the games. We'll see you this weekend. Enjoy Monday Night Football on KTXD TV 47.
Hey y'all, Justin Frizzell here, inviting you to join me on my new show, Lone Star Roads. Each week I'll be visiting with Texas singer-songwriters like Charlie Corn, William Clark Green, Zane Williams. You make sure you're here every Thursday at 7 o'clock, KTXD TV for Lone Star Roads. I'll see you then. I'll see you down the road.
Hey, I'm Stacey Dean Campbell. Join me on Bronco Roads. We'll find a back road and go see what's down it.
Pretty slowly, dropped him off, came back, and sure enough, I happened upon a road blockage with a truck that had gone sideways. So it was a guy, and I couldn't figure out what he's doing. I think he left it in drive.
By truck, you mean like pickup truck?
Yeah, pickup truck.
Semi.
No, not an 18-wheeler. And there was a guy on the driver's side, and I think what he had done, it was sideways, so it was blocking both lanes of traffic. And they're starting to be, 10 cars deep of traffic. And so I said, well, he's got some help, so I think they can get it. Well, there's a guy, and I think he put it in drive and was trying to push while he had the thing in drive, and then he had his buddy pushing from behind. And they weren't getting anywhere. And then sometimes the guy would hop in and floor it, and it was just... And if he ever did catch, he was going to wind up in the ditch.
I was going to say, it sounds like an accidental death waiting to happen.
Oh, it totally was. And I was thinking, man, if he throws it in reverse, he's going to run over his friend.
Mm-hmm.
So I got out of my truck and said, I think I can help you. Because by then, another guy had joined him, and he's pushing, and this guy's jumping in, jumping out. Someone's going to get hurt. So I was looking at this, and I said, okay, here's what we need to do. You quit gunning it, and you drive. You two guys get in the truck over that right wheel right there, and I'll push. The problem is none of them spoke English. So I had to... So
were they Germans or
no,
Dutch?
They seem to be speaking Spanish.
Oh, from Spain.
It could have been. We have a country called Mexico where they could be from, too, where they speak Spanish. That's closer, so maybe they're from Mexico. And so I had to explain to the guy in broken Spanish. I said, I didn't know what the word for accelerator was.
Say biblioteca?
No. I just said, accelerator poquito, just slowly. And so he acted like he understood. And then I was telling the other two guys, hop in. I couldn't think of the Spanish word for in. All I could think of was Estados Unidos. So I was saying jump, and into the truck, and then I motioned like I was going to do it.
Isn't N? Is it EN? Anybody
Is
here
it
speak
N?
Spanish? I think it's N.
Okay. Well, some reason they didn't understand it, and I found it ironic that I had a hard time getting them to jump into the back of a pickup truck. But I did. It took 5 minutes, and they kept pushing. No push. In. And finally, I got them to jump in, and they...
You should have waved a 20 around. They would have hopped in the back like that.
Man, I know. Well, there's a million jokes here, but so they finally jump in and they're standing. And I said, no, you can't stand, because then if he guns it, then these guys are going to go flying out the back. Sit down.
Why would they think standing was a good idea?
I don't know. And one guy was jumping, and I said, what good is that? Don't jump, just sit. And so finally they sat down. We got some traction. I pushed them. I felt like a snow ice hero that I'd figured that out, that if we just get those guys in the truck, we could get them. And sure enough, we got them back in. And they just got back in the truck and drove off. They didn't say thanks.
Really?
Gracias, nothing. Meantime, I got people honking at me like, hey, get your fat ass back in the truck and get going, after I just cleared this accident and broken all these language barriers to get the truck cleared. And I still got to take it in the shorts from people honking at me to get out of the way.
You know, seriously, they were probably just trying to get the hell out of anything that looked like a scene
before authorities
got there and realized that they didn't have a green card or something. I bet that's kind of why they took off.
But see, it goes back to that whole discussion we always have is, do you get out and help? Because there's part of me like, this jackass is probably going to run over me.
I wouldn't have stopped.
But it was so frustrating just watching these guys. This guy was just gunning it. Why do the people gun it?
I don't know.
That doesn't do you any good.
I don't know.
And then if he ever did catch traction, he was going to shoot that truck into the ditch if he ever caught traction.
Yeah, on ice, the two biggest mistakes that people make, and they make them all the time, gunning it, and when you start to slide, let's say to your right, people steer to the left. It's
right.
It's their natural reaction, I guess, to, hey, I want to go the other way. Mm-hmm. And hasn't it been drilled into our heads forever? You steer into the slide, and you don't gun it, or you also don't lock up your brakes on ice.
Well, that's the other thing. You got to factor in panic there. People panic, they cram on the brakes, and then they just hope for the best. Apparently, that's what these guys had just done.
Yeah.
When they got it going sideways, going down Highway 377. All right, so that was one language barrier. I had another Ice-mageddon language barrier incident that I'll tell you about next.
In what may be the
And hello, Dallas Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm Brady Tinker of DFW Sports Beat alongside my partner Everson Walls and special guest Marcus Spears. And if you haven't found DFW Sports Beat, we've been working on our first year here on KTXD TV 47. We're on the weekends. We're on Saturday morning at 11 a.m., Saturday evening at 6, and then Sunday morning at that key time, 11:30 a.m., right before the first game start in the NFL. Now, this is the big ticket takeover, and we're so thrilled to have Monday Night Football, Cowboys and Bears coming up tonight. And so all day long, you can sit here and get information from the ticket guys, you and Scott Murray later on, pregame and postgame, and right here in the middle, we throw you a little DFW Sports Beat to give you a taste. So we're going to take one topic that involves this big Cowboys-Bears Monday Night tussle, and it is?
It is matchups.
Matchups.
Because right now, we are dealing with two very good wide receivers for the Chicago Bears. Claiborne will not play for the Cowboys. We've got Carr and we've got Scandrick with a matchup between Jeffries and a matchup between Marshall as well.
Marshall.
Two very big wide receivers going up against two kind of diminutive cornerbacks. What do you think about that?
I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. You know, I know Brandon and I know Orlando, they like these big games. They want to play well against these guys so they can, you know, give themselves some stature in the league. And I think both of them are smart players. I think they understand now that they have to pay attention to top receivers after what happened in Detroit. You got to pay attention to those guys, you know. And I think they'll help both of them, but I also think that they'll have to take that challenge going man-to-man sometimes and playing zone. And that's why the importance of who's playing and who's not playing in the NFL every Sunday or Monday night makes such a big difference. Because now you got guys that's not really playing their, you know, position per se that has to match up against some top talent in the league.
Let me ask you something else, either one of you. Looks like Sean Lee and Durant will both play in this game. Now, whenever they go zone, linebackers will drop back and will have an effect on these matchups as well, right? Linebackers coming back that you're used to, that understand this, can also help these cornerbacks, right?
Yeah, and that's very good about that because, you know, that's where we've been lacking defensively. Even when Sean Lee's been in there, that middle has been opened up a little bit, but that's two very active linebackers that will have your help underneath. And I've always had to say this, and I want you to comment on this. Scandrick, who I have been roasting
tough on
these last couple of years because he has just really been killing me. You know, with the new contract and all, you expected more out of him. This year, he has really shown me that he's the player that does deserve that contract and does deserve some type of recognition for the job that he's done so far.
I think he's came into his own. And it's different when you're playing nickel and you go in the corner. And a lot of that in the 3-4 defense, you have to play both. So I don't think he's been at a position where he's been very stable and being able to say, hey, this is what I'm doing this game. And I think you're seeing that now. And then the versatility of showing that he can go play cornerback now doesn't hurt him at all. You know, he's young, athletic guy, not very small, very long arms, all the things you like in a DB. So I think some of that stuff is coming to fruition for him now, and we'll see how it goes because Jeffrey is playing better than any wide receiver other than Calvin Johnson to me right now.
And Brandon Marshall on the other side.
Well, hey,
this is what we do right here on DFW Sports Beat. We do it every weekend for you on Saturdays, 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. and Sunday morning right before the games start at 11:30 a.m. DFW Sports Beat. All sports all the time in the locker room and at the games. We'll see you this weekend. Enjoy Monday Night Football on KTXD TV 47.
I planted my foot and I went to cut and I heard a few popping noises and I never turned and I went down.
I'd been having treatments, but it wasn't working. I showed up one day to work crying. I couldn't walk, I couldn't drive, I couldn't work. It was horrible.
Not long ago, Devin Carrillo tore his ACL playing soccer. A herniated disc had Laura Hughes in terrible back pain. Texas Health Spine and Orthopedic Center got them back to life. For your free surgical consultation, call Texas Health now. We'll work with your insurance company to help you get better.
I was afraid I was never going to play again, but my doctor and nurses helped me feel confident that everything would be okay.
Texas Health was highly recommended. They made the process very easy. I was very comfortable the whole time.
Call Texas Health now for your free surgical consultation.
I'm going to be playing college soccer, which is what I always wanted to do, so pretty excited about that.
I'm a mom, I'm a nurse, and I'm back to being me again.
For your free surgical consultation, call Texas Health Spine and Orthopedic Center now.
At Metro PCS, we believe in the power of the period. It keeps you from spending. Too much on wireless. Unlimited data, talk, and text. $40, period. Everything you want. Even the taxes and regulatory fees are rolled right in. $40, period. On a nationwide 4G LTE network, no annual contract, $40, period. That's period power. Everything you want, $40, period. Only at Metro PCS.
Hey y'all, Justin Frizzell here, inviting you to join me on my new show, Lone Star Roads. Each week I'll be visiting with Texas singer-songwriters like Charlie Corn, William Clark Green, Zane Williams. You make sure you're here every Thursday at 7 o'clock, KTXD TV for Lone Star Roads. I'll see you then. I'll see you down the road.
Hey, I'm Stacey Dean Campbell. Join me on Bronco Roads. We'll find a back road and go see what's down it.
The bush and the tollway and overpasses were still a little slick, but I guess you wouldn't want buses on them.
I'm surprised that pretty much every school district is closed today, right?
Yeah.
Now, I never said, before I went to bed, DISD still had not decided. Are they closed?
I don't know. Rich, are they closed?
Yep, they are.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, because side streets were clear, main thoroughfares were clear, and the highways were clear. Now, the only spots that I saw that were still rough this morning were the bridges.
Yes.
Like right up here by the KTXD studios, Beltline and the tollway. That bridge was still cobblestone ice, is what they call it. So, you know, I guess icy bridges could back things up considerably. But still, side streets are fine.
I went on one of those big bush tollway ramps, you know, the one that goes over 35. And I was thinking, I don't know if I need to do this, even with the four-wheel drive, but it was fine, as far as I could tell.
They missed on their temperature prediction overnight. It's 32 right now.
Yeah, it didn't get down to 25 like they thought, right?
That's what the difference is, because most of the side streets I drove on, it was just water that was splashing up off of the road. Then it does cause one problem. My windshield washer fluid is frozen. And so you get that spray from that car in front of you with all that sand on the road, and you can't use the windshield wipers. It just smears.
First world problems.
It is, isn't it? Isn't it the first world?
But it is interesting. We're canceling school, but I know that some schools have football games that were rescheduled for tonight, and they will be played.
Damn straight.
Right.
So we get the football games played, but history, English, we can't deal with that today. But we can put the ball in the air and decide on who moves into the next round in the high school playoffs. There are a number of games this afternoon and tonight that involve Metroplex teams. All right, I didn't have time to tell my language barrier story. Maybe I'll tell it later in the morning. Basically, should a cashier tooth while he's trying to check someone out at the registrar?
No.
That's what I thought, too. Especially if he's toothing in a different language, which is really distracting. But anyway, that's another crazy story for another time. It's 5:57 here on Sports Radio 1310 and 96.7 FM, The Ticket. Up next, is it really fun for these guys to play football in a snow bowl?
I got into trouble early. Skipping school, hanging out. Nobody cared. But when I was in juvenile corrections, someone finally was able to help. And that's made all the difference.
You could help change people's lives, and one way to do it is with a career in criminal justice.
Call 1-800-507-4800 for your Career Compass guide. Kaplan College, your career compass.
Hi, I'm Anna. I hope that last commercial really got you thinking about your future. Training for a new career could be just what you need to help you gain more opportunities, and taking the first step is easy. All you have to do is call and ask for a brochure on career training. It'll give you more information and help answer any questions you might have. We're ready to take your call 24/7, so don't wait. Call right now and ask for your brochure.
Call Kaplan College at 800-507-4800 for your Career Compass Guide.
I remember as a kid, I loved getting ready for the holidays, for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of them. And at Stacy's, we want to help you get your home ready for the holidays. We make it easy for you.
Save big during Stacy's store-wide holiday home sale going on now. Just in time for the holidays, the best selection of name brand furniture is on sale at Stacy's. The more you buy, the more you save, up to $500 off. It's a store-wide sale with huge savings for any room in your home, and there's special financing available. Shop Stacy's in Grapevine, Allen, or Plano today, and remember, if you're shopping at Stacy's, you're shopping with family.
I planted my foot and I went to cut, and I heard a few popping noises, and I never turned, and I went down.
I'd been having treatments, but it wasn't working. I showed up one day to work crying. I couldn't walk, I couldn't drive, I couldn't work. It was horrible.
Not long ago, Devin Carrillo tore his ACL playing soccer. A herniated disc had Laura Hughes in terrible back pain. Texas Health Spine and Orthopedic Center got them back to life. For your free surgical consultation, call Texas Health now. We'll work with your insurance company to help you get better.
I was afraid I was never going to play again, but my doctor and nurses helped me feel confident that everything would be okay.
Texas Health was highly recommended. They made the process very easy. I was very comfortable the whole time.
Call Texas Health now for your free surgical consultation.
I'm going to be playing college soccer, which is what I always wanted to do, so pretty excited about that.
I'm a mom, I'm a nurse, and I'm back to being me again.
For your free surgical consultation, call Texas Health Spine and Orthopedic Center now.
Get more and say more with a beautiful arrangement from McShann Florist. Local, personal, and just because. McShann Florist.
I'm Major, sales manager at Ashco Exteriors. We can't save you from hell, but when it comes knocking, we are the calm after the storm. No, that's Ashco.
In all three phases. It appears like they're able to throw the football really well. They've always been able to run it. They played good defense, and they've been a good special teams unit as well. And, they're a good team, and they have been a good team. They're a well-coached team. They got a lot of good players, and it'll be a great challenge for us.
Dunham and Miller.
Good morning. It's just past 6 o'clock here on Sports Radio 1310 and 96.7 FM, The Ticket. You got the Morning Musers, and you also have us live on Channel 47. I'm George Dunham.
I'm Craig Miller.
I'm Mike Ducey, Fox 4 Sports.
Oh, we have an empty chair here with us.
Sure enough. Well, maybe he's iced in.
That's where the great Gordo is supposed to be.
Got his own printer.
Maybe he took the dart rail in today.
Maybe, yeah, like Richie took the dart rail and was a little late on Friday.
Well.
All right, we're told the great Gordo is on his way. So stay tuned for that comedy coming up later in the show. We got a lot of things to talk about, though. A big Cowboys game tonight. Can they keep pace with the Eagles? We'll get to what the other teams did in the NFC East. In particular, at 7:55 this morning, we have a shakeup in the Big 12 to talk about. At 6:55, a little bit later, the national championship picture, the BCS bowl games and the other bowl games, including the ones that involve Texas teams at 8:55 this morning, around the NFL at 8:15. And we're simulcasting this morning. If you'd like to see us do the show, you can watch us this morning on KTXD, Channel 47. They have the Cowboys game tonight if you don't have cable or satellite TV.
I need to apologize before we get things started for those who are watching on Channel 47. This is what a homeless person looks like right here. Because I've been...
You look a little homeless this morning.
I've been without power for now 4 days.
Oh, no. No running water?
It's 2013, and I'm without power now for 4 days. And so I had a bit planned for this morning. I was going to wear a coat and tie and look like a real TV anchor.
That'd have been a good idea.
But Encore kept telling us, okay, your power is going to be restored by Friday evening. Saturday afternoon. Saturday night. Sunday evening. Well. And so I kept kind of doing this and, okay, so our whole neighborhood is out.
Still.
And so we went and stayed at my dad's. But I always thought we were just hours away from getting our power back, so I never fully moved clothes and toiletries and
It was
everything.
just temporary.
Right. Hey, Dad, we're just going to need to stay at your place for a few hours.
Yeah.
Maybe overnight on Friday or Saturday. So it got to last night, and Encore assured us that we'd have power by Sunday night, but we didn't, so I had no chance to shave, which is why I have 4 days beard growth. I've been wearing the same underwear since Tuesday.
You know, I wasn't going to say anything, but I think I did notice.
So I'm in a T-shirt, jeans that I had to shut off the water in. So I'd like to apologize that I didn't get to do the bit.
Oh, you shut off the water to your house. You went out and shut it down. Did they recommend doing that so your pipes wouldn't break?
I recommended doing that to myself.
Okay. I'm impressed you took the initiative.
Thank you.
You had to, dig your way into it, too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Beneath ice and snow.
Yeah, I'll tell you that whole story at 7:40, but just an apology to those who tuned in expecting to see the Junes all shaven and well-dressed.
TV'd out.
I'm letting you down.
That would have been a good bit. I thought about that, too. But then I don't know those morning TV people do it. They have to get the guys who have to do the coat and tie, and then the girls have to do the dress and makeup, hours of makeup before they go on.
The only thing I did get on this morning was my toupee. So as you can see,
it looks good this morning. It looks really good.
It's in place.
All right, so yesterday when we were watching some of these games, and the one with the worst field conditions, that was the Detroit-Philadelphia game. For the viewer, for the announcer, that game was awesome. I don't think I've ever seen snow any deeper in a game. It was, I don't know, half a foot deep.
Yeah.
At the link. And every time a guy would land with the ball and get tackled, he'd get whitewashed. he would get snow caked into his helmet, and he'd have to knock it out. And it was great for the viewer. And the announcers kept saying, "Oh, these guys are having fun out there sliding around." Do you really think that's fun to play in that after about 5 minutes?
You know, for a kid, absolutely. For a professional who I think is perhaps more easily hurt in conditions like that.
Yeah.
Like Reggie Bush?
Yeah, like Reggie Bush got hurt in that game?
No, in warm-ups he got hurt.
Oh, he did?
He didn't even play.
Oh, it was in warm-ups.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he hurt his calf in warm-ups. I don't think Matthew Stafford enjoyed it yesterday.
Oh, my gosh, especially when the ball went whizzing by his head when he wasn't ready for it. And
I would say this. I would say it was no fun for the offense, but probably fun for the defense.
Yeah, because you get to punish guys and
you're just
throw them into the snow.
Right, you're diving, tackling, jumping on the pile, goosing people.
Eyes all glazed over.
But for offense, you've got to throw and catch and make cuts. I don't think it's any fun for the offense.
But, some of those defensive linemen, like for Detroit, they're usually good against the run, but they couldn't get their traction, and they didn't know which way they're going to be blocked. And I think that's why Philadelphia, once they settled down and started running the ball, that front four that's normally really good for Detroit, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it's probably more fun for kids because if you're a kid, you can half-ass it. After 10 minutes, if you're cold, you can go inside and sit by the fire. That's fun.
As my son brought up yesterday, how would you like to be the guy that never plays? That's over there as the, backup defensive tackle that's not in on special teams or anything. You're just there just shivering for 3 hours. That's not fun for that guy.
No.
Now, watching it, I don't know if I've enjoyed watching the game more than watching that game yesterday.
It was great.
I mean, I found you would laugh. It just made every play that much more dramatic. Could they catch it as the ball's flying? In the first half, it was like they're playing in a blizzard. The snow was falling so hard. I don't see, and there was a 50-yard punt during all that. In the air. I don't know how that guy did that. I don't see how the punt returner caught it. Picked out the ball as it's flying through the snow. That was awesome.
I missed the halftime report from their sideline reporter, and I swear her name was Megan Mahoney, right?
What?
Wasn't it Megan Mahoney? Megan Mahoney?
Was it?
No, it was Molly McGrath.
Oh, Molly McGrath.
McGrath.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew
you have been in there. You got cabin fever.
I knew it was something like that.
She had a crazy coat and hood combo on, too.
And who was the color guy? Was that Seymour Butts?
No, it was John Lynch.
That's right.
John Lynch.
Anyway, was her halftime report, didn't she say that during the first half, 4 inches had fallen, or from warm-ups to halftime, 4 inches had fallen?
She had a ruler out, and she kept measuring the snow. She did it several times throughout the game, too. She was measuring the snow, and she'd have an equipment guy go out to the middle of the field during a timeout and measure. And we were getting these exact measurements that we were all the way up in the third quarter to do. 8 inches of snow were on the ground.
Yeah.
At midfield, it was 8 inches.
Uh-huh. That's what she said.
Well, that was the other great thing is if you did try a kick, you needed your entire special teams unit to go back to where the kicker was and start clearing off snow and ice. And
I loved it that they always went for 2.
That was the other thing that was great about it, too. Yeah. And some other games had some tough weather, but nothing like that Philadelphia and Detroit game. And Philly wins it. They are still rolling right along. The Cowboys need to win to keep pace with them tonight in Chicago. And speaking of the Cowboys, we'll talk about what they face coming up next.
The best deals don't beg for attention. Visit the Acura Season of Reason sales event to see the winners of the 2013 Edmunds.com Best Residual Value for Luxury Brands. Smarter vehicles deserve a smarter event.
Visit your Dallas-Fort Worth Acura dealer for attractive offers on the TL.
I'll get it, Mom. Sure, honey. Some of my friends are coming back over to swim today. Boy, ever since Mom went to Dr. A at Skintastic, my life has way changed. She looks great. And all of a sudden, I've got friends I never even knew I had.
Get 50% off all non-surgical body sculpting procedures and laser hair removal. Skintastic.
That your friends, Brian?
Making you more beautiful.
Yep.
And what would this pretty little girl like for Christmas?
I'm thinking the Ford Fusion.
The what?
I need a car that's stylish and fashionable, especially in my line of work.
Now, do you have a little lemonade stand?
Guys, I'm in fashion. But I also need amazing tech, too, like Active Park Assist. It practically parks itself.
And what color would you like?
I'll have my assistant send you over some swatches.
Oh.
Now drive a new Ford Fusion for only $199 a month during the Dream Big sales event going on now at your Best in Texas Ford dealer.
Growing up in Brownsville, first music that affected me was the rancheros, the Mexican music. It's just emotional and simple.
Good enough for me, Bobby McGee.
At Metro PCS, we believe in the power of the period. It keeps you from spending too much on wireless.
Unlimited data, talk, and text. $40, period. Everything you want. Even the taxes and regulatory fees are rolled right in.
$40, period.
On a nationwide 4G LTE network, no annual contract, $40, period.
That's period power. Everything you want, $40, period. Only at Metro PCS.
Come cheer on your favorite teams and celebrate victory with your friends in Addison, the go-to spot for game time. With 170 restaurants, hundreds of big screen TVs, and thousands of beers on tap, it's always game time in Addison. You'll be at the center of all the action with great food and drink specials at Addison hotspots like Buffalo Wild Wings, Addison Ice House, McFadden's, and the Lion and Crown. Go on, get your game on in Addison.
Hello, America. I'm Brady
Tinker, alongside my friend Everson
America.
Walls and special guest Marcus Spears. We do DFW Sports Beat on the weekends at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, 6 p.m. Saturday night, and then they re-air at 11:30 a.m. Sunday morning, a key time right before most games. We want you to know that, and we want you to know that our friends at Credit Union of Texas, cuoftexas.org, make it very possible for us to do this show, along with our friends at WinStar World Casino, Exit 1, Thackerville, Oklahoma. Those two combine together and allow us to do this show for you every week on the weekends. So since we're right in the middle of this big ticket takeover, they said, hey, we'd like everybody to know, those who haven't found you, where your show is and what your show does. So this is who we are. That's when we are. And why don't you guys take over and have a little discussion. Give me one topic on this Bears game tonight right here on KTXD that people need to know.
My topic is easy. I need to know what you think, Marcus, about how my man and your man, Jay Ratliff, is going to play against his former team, Dallas Cowboys, now that he's with the Chicago Bears.
Like a caged animal that just got out. I think, obviously the guy has a vendetta against the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think that's a secret to anybody. I think he's going to play like a man with his hair on fire and prove to people that he's healthy. He wants to prove to people that he shouldn't have been booted off this team. And also, that's the way Jay Ratliff has always played the game. So you expect nothing less from him.
Do you feel like that he was booted off this team? Do you feel like he felt like he was no longer wanted and that was really the reason he's not here?
I think the run-ins caused enough friction for him to believe that it was time to go. Okay. And, for each guy, that's different. Some guys can take more than others, but I think in Jay's situation, he went through stuff with Jerry, he went through stuff with coaches, training staff, and it just began to be too much. And that's not taking any fault away from him. It's probably situations he could have handled a lot differently too. But at the end of the day, anytime something like that happens, it goes both ways. So everybody takes responsibility for it, and they did the best thing. Everybody moved away from each other and move on.
His comfort zone might really be pretty strong because he's gotten from playing the nose guard position in the 3-2 to where we really thought that shortened his career, not just with the Cowboys, but around the league. And now he's back to the 4-3, pretty much what he always wanted to be playing, the position he always wanted to play defensively.
Explain the difference in that, too.
Your natural position can cause you to be a great player, and to be out of position, you could not be the guy everybody thought you were. The thing that made people so fascinated with Jay was that he was a 300-pound nose tackle. Right. And you look at the Vince Wilforks and the Solios.
Way close to 400 pounds.
So he's not supposed to be able to do that job as effective as he can. But he's strong as an ox, he's quick, and he used that when he played in the 3-4 nose tackle. Now, that was scary. Now he's in his natural position. Right. And you can attest this to Jason Hatcher, too. When Hatch played at Grambling, he played 4-3 defensive end, get off the ball, and get to the rock. That's what Jay's doing now. So we'll see. I mean, this is his fit. This is his type of defense. He actually played nose guard in the 3-4 like you play a 3 technique or a 1 technique in the 4-3.
Very good. Very good. All right. Thank you, Marcus Spears. Good stuff. Thank you. Everson Walls. Very good. This is DFW Sports Beat. This is what we do every weekend. Saturdays 11 in the morning, Saturday night at 6, and then Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m. we do DFW Sports Beat right here on KTXD TV 47. Please enjoy Monday Night Football right here on our station, KTXD TV 47.
It's Ticket Ticker. Our next one is at 6:30. I'm Rich Phillips. You're ready the P1s to B1. Tune us in, turn it up, keep it on Sports Radio 1310 and 96.7 FM. The Ticket.
This hour of the Dunham and Miller Show brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Plano.
We're broadcasting on 1310 AM and 96.7 FM. And for one day only, all day today, we're on UHF TV also. It's the Ticket takeover of KTXD Channel 47. Brought to you by Texas Nissan of Grapevine and Sports Radio 1310 and 96.7 FM. The Ticket.
6:20 on the Ticket. It's Monday morning with the Musers. Yes, simulcasting on KTXD Channel 47, where you can watch the Cowboys and Bears tonight. We'll have plenty of Cowboys talk this morning here on the program. Coming up in 15 minutes, it's the O-Deck with Gordo. Gordo has arrived a little earlier than normal, but he is here. And we'll check in with him.
Oh, there's a live shot of him right there.
In about 15 minutes. And at 6:55, some college football news. We'll take a look at what happened in the Big 12 on Saturday. But first to the NFC East, we were talking about that Snow Bowl in Philly a moment ago. Those are your first place Philadelphia Eagles, now at 8-5. And we see what happens tonight with the Cowboys and Bears. But there was a time in that Philly-Detroit game yesterday when it's a blizzard in the first half, heck, into the third quarter, when Detroit took that 14-0 lead, where I thought, okay, it's just not Philly's day. They can't do anything offensively, and because of the weather, it's going to end 14-0 or maybe 14-6, and then Philly just exploded in the second half.
Yeah, once it's 14-0, I was thinking the same thing. How are the Eagles going to score twice in this? But then the snow lightened up a little bit, and then they stayed with their ground game and just started knocking the Lions off the ball, and Sean McCoy went crazy.
He had a couple of runs in that game that would have been spectacular runs on a dry field.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it.
I don't either.
Some of those cuts he made, the one time he hurdled the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like something that would be really difficult to do in perfect conditions.
And they rushed for 223 yards and 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. They ended up with 299 on the ground, and McCoy went for, I guess, 217. But they had over 200 yards in the fourth quarter. Did the Lions just get worn out? And were they just beaten by the conditions and the day and just it did look like a few of those Lions were, I don't know, out of gas, I guess. I wouldn't say they quit, but they looked like they were pretty out of gas on those last couple of drives.
You know what also I think happened in that second half in particular is Philadelphia tried to throw it too much in the first half, and Nick Foles threw his first interception of the year.
Yeah.
And that's a day where you run. And everyone thought, well, Philly's going to have an advantage because they've got McCoy. They've got a really good running attack this year. But they tried to throw it too much in that first half, I thought. And then in the second half, when it dawned on them, hey, this is a day to run, they started to dominate.
Yeah. They look really good. That's 5 straight wins now for Philadelphia as they go to 8-5. The Giants were officially eliminated.
Yes.
They finally got it over with. That loss eliminates the Giants from the playoffs at 37-14 to San Diego.
San Diego killed them. And since I was displaced yesterday and watching NFL football at my dad's, he doesn't have the Sunday ticket. So I had to watch whatever Channel 4 gave us. Channel 4, and Ducey tweeted about this yesterday. It wasn't Channel 4's decision locally, but Fox.
The network thing?
Yeah, they decided that Dallas should get the Giants and Chargers, 2 teams with losing records, instead of one of the games of the year in the NFC, San Francisco-Seattle.
Well, they call that America's game.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want that to go to every major market?
Why would they not want Dallas to get one of the best games of the year in the NFC? It didn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
So I had to sit there through that ridiculous display by the Giants. They're terrible.
All right, who's worse, the Giants or the Redskins?
The Redskins. The Redskins are worse, but I had to watch the Giants. And finally, in the third quarter, Kurt Menefee, the Ticket's own, comes on and says, since this game is so pitiful, we're going to take you to San Francisco, Seattle. So we got to see the last quarter and a half.
Oh, yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah, they got good in that game. Yeah, the Redskins, it looks like the Shanahan days are over. And it looks like he wants them to be over.
Yeah, you know what? last week I thought he would be back because I thought that they would chalk up this season to not having RG3 at full strength and whatnot. But you know what yesterday I think showed? I think it showed that they've quit on Shanahan.
Looks like it.
Or they've quit on RG3. I think it's one of those two. I think the players, a lot of them, and they've said this publicly, that they're a little worn out on RG3. They've either quit on him or they've quit on the coach. And if you're Dan Snyder, I don't think you're getting rid of the quarterback. I think you're getting rid of the coach, but you probably have to do something. And I don't even think it's necessarily Shanahan's fault.
No, I don't either. I think it's, again, a structural thing with Washington and what they have in their ownership structure. It was 31-0 in the second quarter.
They're at home.
They're not at home. They're not even competitive.
No.
That's awful. And so now you go to the Cowboys. They have to win tonight to keep pace. And from what Mike Ducey was saying last night, this could be the second coldest Cowboys game ever. Minus 17 is the record, the Ice Bowl. They're not going to break that. But all the other games that have been on the road, Philadelphia, Cincinnati, have been right around 16 or 17 degrees. The forecast in Chicago calls for more snow during the day and a low of 11 tonight. And I don't know if it's ever going to get down to 11 during the game, but eventually they're going to get down to 11 in Chicago with winds over 20 miles an hour.
Wow.
They say the wind chill's going to be -5.
Yeah, game time for kickoff, it's supposed to be 16.
Okay.
And then by the fourth quarter, 13.
Wow, that's going to be brutal tonight. But the Bears are kind of brutal. They've not played very well, and they have some numbers that indicate they're not a very good team, namely turnovers and turnover margin. You know, last year Chicago was really good at it, and that's why they drilled the Cowboys by a couple of touchdowns. Dallas now with Rod Marinelli, they're at a plus 10, I believe it is, for the season, and the Bears are at a -7. Yeah, the Cowboys are plus 12. Second in the league. The Bears are a -7. That usually indicates your team's not very good. And the Bears are also 32nd against the run. Well, the Cowboys actually run the football. How much money would you put if the Cowboys ran the ball more tonight than they threw it?
They never do that.
They never do that.
So, but if there's ever a night that calls for it, it's tonight. Knowing Callahan, I would not put any money on that.
No.
They're probably going to throw it 40 times and run it 10.
Well, they ought to run it 30.
Yes.
And DeMarco Murray ought to have 25 of those carries. They ought to just run the heck out of him tonight.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Last year's Monday night was Bears game. Was that a Monday night?
Yeah, it was. I do believe. Yeah. Or was that a Sunday night? No, it was a Monday night.
It was Monday night.
Yeah, it was on ESPN.
All right. Okay, we'll have more on that matchup, and we'll also go around the NFL a little bit later on in the program. Coming up next, it's Gordo's O-Deck.
It's a Christmas miracle next.
Hey,
I planted my foot and I went to cut and I heard a few popping noises and I never turned and I went down.
I'd been having treatments, but it wasn't working. I showed up one day to work crying. I couldn't walk, I couldn't drive, I couldn't work. It was horrible.
Not long ago, Devin Carrillo tore his ACL playing soccer. A herniated disc had Laura Hughes in terrible back pain. Texas Health Spine and Orthopedic Center got them back to life. For your free surgical consultation, call Texas Health now. We'll work with your insurance company to help you get better.
I was afraid I was never going to play again, but my doctor and nurses helped me feel confident that everything would be okay.
Texas Health was highly recommended. They made the process very easy. I was very comfortable the whole time.
Call Texas Health now for your free surgical consultation.
I'm going to be playing college soccer, which is what I always wanted to do, so pretty excited about that.
I'm a mom, I'm a nurse, and I'm back to being me again.
For your free surgical consultation, call Texas Health Spine and Orthopedic Center now.
I got into trouble early. Skipping school, hanging out. Nobody cared. But when I was in juvenile corrections, someone finally was able to help. And that's made all the difference.
You could help change people's lives, and one way to do it is with a career in criminal justice.
Call 1-800-507-4800 for your Career Compass Guide. Kaplan College.
your career compass.
Hi, I'm Anna. I hope that last commercial really got you thinking about your future. Training for a new career could be just what you need to help you gain more opportunities. And taking the first step is easy. All you have to do is call and ask for a brochure on career training. It'll give you more information and help answer any questions you might have. We're ready to take your call 24/7, so don't wait. Call right now and ask for your brochure.
Call Kaplan College at 800-507-4800 for your Career Compass Guide.
I'll get it, Mom. Sure, honey. Some of my friends are coming back over to swim today. Boy, ever since Mom went to Dr. A at Skintastic, my life has way changed. She looks great. And all of a sudden, I've got friends I never even knew I had.
Get 50% off all non-surgical body sculpting procedures and laser hair removal. Skintastic.
That your friends, Brian?
Making you more beautiful.
Yep.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams? Here. Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Hello, Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm Brady Tinker alongside Everson Walls and our very good friend Marcus Spears sitting here talking Cowboys football. Who are we? If you haven't watched our show, we are DFW Sports Beat on the weekends, Saturday morning at 11, Saturday night at 6 p.m., and Sunday morning, this is a key time, Sunday morning at 11:30, right before the NFL starts. Yes. You can watch Everson and I and special guests and studs like Marcus Spears every weekend getting you ready for the football game. So we wanted to tell you that. We want to tell you that our friends at Credit Union of Texas make this possible. CUoftexas.org can help you with any banking need, and then you can take your money from CU of Texas and go up to WinStar World Casino and spend it in their over 7,000 machines, because those two people put us on the air.
Yes,
CUoftexas.org and WinStar World Casino. Now, we're going to give you one topic to get you ready, as you're doing here on the Ticket Takeover, and as you'll do with Scott and Everson later on tonight. We're going to get you ready for the Cowboys-Bears game. So take a topic, and you and Marcus turn one out.
The topic is ball hog. And right now, we are getting back to our team, Sean Lee, the best ball hog we've had for the Cowboys probably in the past 10, 15 years. What do you think about Sean?
Tremendous. I mean, when you talk about middle linebacker play, that's what you want. And I know everybody refers to him as the quarterback on defense, but he's in the film room longer than anybody. Their first leaves last. That's what I know about him. And it turns up on his play. I just hate the unfortunate of him getting injured every year. Because if you think about it, if he doesn't miss games, we might be talking about a Hall of Famer already.
That's right.
You know, so to get him back is a big, injection into that defense. And I think, obviously, when he left the Saints game, it made a difference.
Yes,
I don't know how much of a difference it would have made, but I know it made a difference. So to have him back against Forte, to have him back against maybe Cutler, it makes those quarterbacks think about going over the middle of the field. And the middle of the field is where you get killed on defense. So we'll see what happens. But I think Sean is a great player. I think he's going to be probably a Hall of Famer. He'll be a Pro Bowler this year. And he needs to continue doing what he's doing, because he can finish this thing one of the best to ever do it.
You've watched him. Who does he compare to from guys that you appreciated?
It's one of those that I bring up from way back. Guys like Leroy Jordan, Chuck Howley. These are guys that were intelligent players for the Cowboys. And they weren't just guys that made plays on the line of scrimmage. They were guys that were able to smell out what the quarterback was thinking when he was trying to throw the ball. Sean Lee has some great numbers interception-wise. I think we just talked about 19 interceptions already since he's been here in his career. That's a lot for a middle linebacker, especially for the Dallas Cowboys when they're just known for making tackles. And I know a lot about ball hog. I know you know about being a ball hog.
I sure do.
As a nose guard.
I sure do.
How many picks did you get?
I had 5 in college.
Really?
Yeah.
That he can remember.
Boy, that's right.
Grossman, Sims, Jason White, national championship. That was the game winner.
Any touchdowns?
2. Mississippi State, and one in the biggest game of my career so far. So
I had 57 interceptions my entire career.
Well, that's a ball hawk.
I had 1 touchdown, so my return yardage is not that good.
Well, that means I'm better than you.
Yeah, I believe you got better return yards.
Nah, man, but he has a knack for it, and I think he'll have 19 more before he's done.
And he's going to get one in this game. This is what we do on DFW Sports Beat. We gather, we go to the locker rooms, we go to the games, and we figure out what you want to know, and then we make it up as we go along. DFW Sports Beat. Saturdays and Sundays, please join us right here on KTXD TV 47.
This hour of the Dunham & Miller Show brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Plano.
Look at our pretty faces in your private places all day today on KTXD Channel 47 during the Ticket Takeover before tonight's Cowboys-Bears game.
What's that?
Brought to you by Texas Nissan of Grapevine and Sports Radio 1310 and 96.7 FM, The Ticket.
Yes, thank you so much, Texas Nissan of Grapevine, for sponsoring our big day here at KTXD Channel 47. Thank you to Channel 47 for having us in this morning. It's the Musers, Monday morning, December 9th. We are going to talk college football coming up here in 20 minutes. Mainly what happened in the Big 12 on Saturday to shake up the bowl picture. But first, it's the observation deck with Gordo. It's brought to us by Man's Best Friend, A#1 Air, and TexasLending.com. Welcome to the Channel 47 studios, Gordo.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to get your power back on, Junior Miller.
Yeah.
I'm going to order it up special for you. You hear me?
I've heard that before.
Who are you?
Shirtless Mayor. Shirtless Mayor Rawlings. You know damn well who this is.
I have about 100 questions for you. My first is, how does the guy who woke up 20 minutes ago be all dressed up for TV when we're not?
Luckily, I went out to a nice restaurant on Saturday night, and this is what I had
That's what you went to sleep in?
And this was actually underdressed for that because I had not brought any slacks with me. I'm in housing transition right now. It's a long story, but
she finally kicked
so
you
I
out.
had to wear jeans to this nice place. So I tried to dress it up with a nicer shirt and a jacket and all that sort of thing. But this was Saturday night, so I took it off, and it was laying right by my bed. And so when Fernando texted me or called me, I guess he called me, and I saw that he called, and that woke me up. But it was on vibrate. It was just vibrate. It wasn't the sound.
Tucked strategically, I'm sure.
I'm sorry?
Right by the side of your bed.
My vibrating phone was tucked strategically where?
By the side of your bed where you could hear it.
I bet it was tucked between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
Amazing. Listen,
he still got
audience loved it out here.
He still has more lines from planes, trains, and automobiles.
So Fernando then texts me, and I say, hey, look, I overslept. I didn't hear the alarm. And so it's like 6 o'clock. And he goes, okay, are you going to be able to get to the TV studio by Gordo's Corner?
Wait,
or Gordo's, what is this
studio?
one?
What?
No idea. Completely forgot about it. And when he says that, I'm wearing a T-shirt and paint splattered jeans. And I have my bag, and I'm walking down out of my bedroom. And so I'm like, oh, crap. And so I go back and grab this outfit that I wore Saturday night. So this is not exactly clean.
You could have come in with a T-shirt and paint splattered jeans. Look at me.
Well,
look at me.
Look
at me, America.
I didn't want to say anything because I just thought that you didn't know how to dress.
I'm homeless.
You are. You got the shaved, unshaven look. And
I've been homeless for 4 days. And my bit this morning was going to be to come in a jacket and tie and look like an anchor.
Yeah.
Instead, I look homeless.
Yeah. You don't look good. But I don't look good. I mean, I haven't showered. Like, I didn't shower this morning.
And your collar's all disheveled.
Yeah, my collar's messed up.
You look like you could be homeless, too.
Well, I basically am right now. That's why the whole between housing business.
What's going on there?
It's just, it's complicated, and there's a judge involved, and I don't want to get into the whole thing.
You're a mess.
You think so?
Yes.
I'm doing well.
George,
still coughing.
God.
I'm fine.
Still sick.
Medic.
I'm fine. I don't have access to
Still
medical
sick.
care.
Hey, Gordo, really, you've been coughing for 10 days. You may want to go get that looked at. No, 5 minutes.
I mean, I'm enjoying Obamacare.
George said something to me about an hour ago in confidence, and I agree with him.
Okay.
He said we need to do an intervention for you. And I think he's right.
Oh, he's not listening.
No.
He's tuned us out.
That's how it works on that show, Intervention. They never listen.
They denied it first and don't think they need help. But they
I don't need help right now. Did one of you guys bring like a packed suitcase for me right now?
Yeah.
I always do that gag. Don't you always think, okay, when you watch Intervention, don't you always think, this is a little too sudden? I mean, give the person a chance to go back to their room and get some stuff together.
It's a little uncomfortable.
I think that on principle, I would say no to the intervention just because you're not giving me enough, you're not giving me 5 minutes of free time.
By the way,
I head off.
Everybody here, behind the scenes at Channel 47, the camera people and our ticket promotional people, they've all written you a story as to what you mean to them in their life.
Right.
And you're going to get that story before we give you the suitcase.
A bunch of crying letter reading that it's just so tense. Anyway.
Yeah, what's up with your health? You've had this for like 2 weeks, too, this cough.
Why are you worried about my health? I have the strength of 10
men. I really don't, but if you're going to be a part of the show, you need to be here.
I'm fine.
Which means you need to be out of the hospital.
Name one thing wrong with my health.
All of it.
Your voice is still scratchy.
My voice is
still talking out of your nose.
Affectation.
You're coughing every 10 seconds.
It sounds like you have tuberculosis.
So?
It gives you shimp hair back down into your eyes, and you have to put it back up. See? There it is.
Shimp hair.
Shimp cough.
I would say that's an out-of-date reference, but doesn't 47 run Three Stooges like a whole bunch?
I think so.
I think that's all they run.
Is it? No, come on.
Just kidding.
Come on.
I'm only kidding.
So yeah, I look horrible. I'm unshavened. I do look pasty, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have pneumonia.
Yeah. Is that spelled with a P? There's a word I call you that's spelled with a P.
There's a word I describe you that starts with a P, too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that, ma'am? Behind the camera there? Give me thumbs up. She enjoyed that line of humor. What were we talking about?
Your health and general decline.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that well, but it's financial. It's health-wise, I'm perfect. It's just that financially, I'm not doing well. And the thing is
your
like
wheels are off.
Yeah, Giorgio and I, spent all our money like a rapper. Giorgio and I plowed through our money. Junior was actually reasonable with his money, and he's the one that looks homeless today.
I know.
So see, did that really work out for you?
No, because
did it work out good?
Because I couldn't buy electricity, although a neighbor of mine did. The loudest generator I have ever heard.
Wow, you should have just taken a cord over there.
He's scoreboarding all of us by running his own power, and he stayed in his house the whole time.
Did you go size it up and ask him about it, how much it cost and all that?
Yeah, I just would have unplugged his cord that's running into it and plugged it into my house.
I just egged his house and drove away.
Did you?
Yeah.
And he just got out there with his electric power washer and just washed it off.
So those things are loud, huh?
Yeah, really loud.
You know the gag that I did? I had a neighbor that did the generator thing too, and I called around this weekend for generators.
How much?
Not one to be had, so I never found out how much they were. Everybody was sold out of them. So my neighbor had one, so I did this gag of I took the exhaust that was coming out of the generator and I used a garden hose and put it through his window back into his house. And I think he knows what a funny joke it was, that he knows that I got the better of him because he's never even come out of his house to confront me. Never even
Not
came
once.
Out. Not once.
That's a great.
So he knows I won
gag.
on that. I'll laugh about it later with him.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
When's his funeral?
Funny neighbor.
Something happened to him?
Maybe.
Oh.
Probably not.
Well, I mean, if he passed away, that's very sad. And I look forward to the estate sale, though, because he's got some cool stuff.
All right. Well, it's good to have you, Gordo. I'm glad you're up and ready to go through another day.
I missed the meeting on this. Why are we on television?
It's a big day for Channel 47 because they've got the Cowboys game tonight. So they've got the ticket. It's like a 12-hour pregame show.
Mm-hmm.
It's us and Norm and Bad Radio and the Hardline. We're all going to be right here on this set.
They already think it's a bad idea after about an hour's worth of us.
Oh, they have total regret. Look at the amount of indifference this one camera guy has. It's amazing. It's amazing how much he is not enjoying his own life because we're here.
And I think somewhere the Channel 47 bigwigs are sitting back in an office and they say, okay, already the guy who looks homeless has said all we run is Three Stooges.
Yeah.
And he's been promoting Channel 4. I was talking about their activity yesterday. So it's already a terrible idea.
Yeah, and the shimp lookalike coughs a whole bunch into the microphone.
They've got a Matlock tape all ready to put in and ready to
we're not
fire off.
We are not seeing the real feed here. There's no doubt that Angela Lansbury is solving a case right now on Channel 47, and we think we're on TV.
We do have to find out why they took Columbo off.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is a sit-in. This is not a simulcast. This is a sit-in by the musers.
Did you ever watch Columbo?
We're pissed about Columbo.
Until they bring that back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we had quite a shakeup in the Big 12 on Saturday, and it worked out rather nicely for the Baylor Bears, and we'll talk about that next.
This year's Sports Radio 13
Booth.
96.7.
The road to strong is 13 million miles long. That's how we built your all-new Silverado with the most fuel-efficient V8 available in the pickup. A V8 even more fuel-efficient than the EcoBoost V6 and Ford F-150. The all-new Chevy Silverado. Strong for all the roads ahead. Now Silverado is backed by the best coverage available on a pickup, including 2 years of scheduled maintenance.
See your North Texas Chevy dealers.
Growing up in Brownsville, first music that affected me was the rancheros, the Mexican music. It's just emotional and simple. Good enough for me, Bobby McGee.
I got into trouble early. Skipping school, hanging out. Nobody cared. But when I was in juvenile corrections, someone finally was able to help. And that's made all the difference.
You could help change people's lives, and one way to do it is with a career in criminal justice.
Call 1-800-507-4800 for your Career Compass Guide. Kaplan College, your career compass.
Hi, I'm Anna. I hope that last commercial really got you thinking about your future. Training for a new career could be just what you need to help you gain more opportunities, and taking the first step is easy. All you have to do is call and ask for a brochure on career training. It'll give you more information and help answer any questions you might have. We're ready to take your call 24/7, so don't wait. Call right now and ask for your brochure.
Call Kaplan College at 800-507-4800 for your Career Compass Guide.
Come cheer on your favorite teams and celebrate victory with your friends at Addison, the go-to spot for game time. With 170 restaurants, hundreds of big screen TVs, and thousands of beers on tap, it's always game time in Addison. You'll be at the center of all the action with great food and drink specials at Addison hotspots like Buffalo Wild Wings, Addison Ice House, McFadden's, and the Lion and Crown. Go on, get your game on in Addison.
I'll get it, Mom. Sure, honey. Some of my friends are coming back over to swim today. Boy, ever since Mom went to Dr. A at Skintastic, my life has way changed. She looks great. And all of a sudden, I've got friends I never even knew I had.
Get 50% off all non-surgical body sculpting procedures and laser hair removal. Skintastic.
That your friends, Brian?
Making you more beautiful.
Yep.
And hello, Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm Brady Tinker of DFW Sports Beat alongside my partner Everson Walls and special guest Marcus Spears. And if you haven't found DFW Sports Beat, we've been working on our first year here on KTXD TV 47. We're on the weekends. We're on Saturday morning at 11 a.m., Saturday evening at 6, and then Sunday morning at that key time, 11:30 a.m., right before the first game start in the NFL. Now, this is the big ticket takeover, and we're so thrilled to have Monday Night Football, Cowboys and Bears coming up tonight. And so all day long, you can sit here and get information from the ticket guys, you and Scott Murray later on, pregame and postgame, and right here in the middle, we throw you a little DFW Sports Beat to give you a taste. So we're going to take one topic that involves this big Cowboys-Bears Monday Night tussle, and it is?
It is matchups.
Matchups.
Because right now, we are dealing with two very good wide receivers for the Chicago Bears. Claiborne will not play for the Cowboys. We've got Carr and we've got Scandrick with a matchup between Jeffries and a matchup between Marshall as well.
Marshall.
Two very big wide receivers going up against two kind of diminutive cornerbacks. What do you think about that?
I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. You know, I know Brandon and I know Orlando, they like these big games. They want to play well against these guys so they can, you know, give themselves some stature in the league. And I think both of them are smart players. I think they understand now that they have to pay attention to top receivers after what happened in Detroit. You got to pay attention to those guys, you know. And I think they'll help both of them, but I also think that they'll have to take that challenge going man-to-man sometimes and playing zone. And that's why the importance of who's playing and who's not playing in the NFL every Sunday or Monday night makes such a big difference, because now you got guys that's not really playing their, you know, position per se, that has to match up against some top talent in the league.
Let me ask you something else, either one of you. Looks like Sean Lee and Durant will both play in this game. Now, whenever they go zone, linebackers will drop back and will have an effect on these matchups as well, right? Linebackers coming back that you're used to, that understand this, can also help these cornerbacks, right?
Yeah, and that's very good about that, because, you know, that's where we've been lacking defensively. Even when Sean Lee's been in there, that middle has been opened up a little bit, but that's two very active linebackers that will have your help underneath. And I've always had to say this, and I want you to comment on this. Scandrick, who I have been roasting
tough on
these last couple of years, because he has just really been killing me. You know, with the new contract and all, you expected more out of him. This year, he has really shown me that he's the player that does deserve that contract and does deserve some type of recognition for the job that he's done so far.
I think he's came into his own. And it's different when you're playing nickel and you go in the corner. And a lot of that in the 3-4 defense, you have to play both. So I don't think he's been at a position where he's been very stable and being able to say, hey, this is what I'm doing this game. And I think you're seeing that now. And then the versatility of showing that he can go play cornerback now doesn't hurt him at all. You know, he's young, athletic guy, not very small, very long arms, all the things you like in a DB. So I think some of that stuff is coming to fruition for him now, and we'll see how it goes, because Jeffrey is playing better than any wide receiver other than Calvin Johnson to me right now.
And Brandon Marshall on the other side.
Well, hey,
this is what we do right here on DFW Sports Beat. We do it every weekend for you on Saturdays, 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. and Sunday morning right before the games start at 11:30 a.m. DFW Sports Beat. All sports all the time in the locker room and at the games. We'll see you this weekend. Enjoy Monday Night Football on KTXD TV 47.
What over 20 million registered users already know at iHeartRadio.com.
Stick it up your tailpipe.
First sign of trouble in Denton County. This report, a service of CrestCars.com. Louisville Highway 121 Sam Rayburn Tollway southbound is closed due to icy conditions between Business Highway 121 and Old Denton Highway. Dallas County, an accident has the left lane down on 635 LBJ eastbound after Marsh Lane. You'll stop and go from Webb Chapel. Westbound on the Bush Turnpike, a crash has the two right lanes blocked before the Dallas North Tollway. Delays are from Coit. And Grand Prairie, the two left lanes are blocked by an accident on 30 eastbound at Beltline Road. You'll slow down around Ballpark Way in Arlington. Traffic is brought to you by Racetrack. At Racetrack, grab a delicious cup of crazy good coffee, all of your favorite roasts and flavors brewed fresh, and now Racetrack accepts American Express. Ready, set, Racetrack. I'm Becca with the ticket. Stick it up your tailpipe traffic.
Breaking sports news now.
Ticket ticker.
After a rocky split with the Cowboys, Jay Ratliff will face his old team tonight. Ticker is brought to you by Town North Mazda and Pink's Western Wear. The newly renamed Jeremiah Ratliff signing with the Bears after his release here. He'll play his second game in Chicago this evening against the Cowboys. Ratliff says, unlike at the ranch in the Windy City, they aren't focused on a whole bunch of nonsense. It's just one thing.
Football. Yes, first-class organization. I mean, like, just to put it bluntly, and it's not a shot if they take it like that, so be it. You know, it is what it is. But here it's all about football.
Oh, it is a shot. The Eagles are a half game up on the Cowboys in the NFC East at the moment. Philadelphia scoring 28 fourth-quarter points and a 34-20 win over the Lions on a very snowy day at the Link. LaShawn McCoy, a franchise record, 217 rushing yards. Quarterback Nick Foles says it's really a team win.
We're learning. We're getting used to each other. We're bonding as a group, and you can see that throughout this game. You know, we weren't playing well in the first half. What were we down, 14-0? And we come out, the defense does a great job. We put up 34 points.
While most schools are closed today, there is high school football playoff action on the schedule. Among the games to be made up, DeSoto and Trinity, 1 o'clock in Waco. Cedar Hill playing Denton Ryan at 3 at Apogee Stadium in Denton. And at the same place at 7:30 tonight, Denton Geyer will play Birdville. Ticket weather today, a freezing fog advisory in effect until 10 o'clock this morning. Cloudy skies, 36 for the high. It's 32 right now at DFW Airport. Most major Metroplex school districts are closed. A full listing for you at theticket.com. The Ticker is a service of Placed.com. Your high school athlete can play in college. Placed.com matches high school athletes with the right colleges, provides contact info for the college coaches, and steps to get to the next level. PLAYCED.com. Enter promo code P1 for a $35 savings. Our next Ticker is at 7:10. I'm Rich Phillips, reminding the P1s to be one. Tune us in, turn it up, keep it on Sports Radio 1310 and 96.7 FM. The Ticket.
This is Sports Radio 1310 and 96.7 FM. The Ticket. KTCK AM Dallas-Fort Worth. KTCK FM Flower Mound. A Cumulus station. We're going hard at it all day before Cowboys Bears in a full Technicolor simulcast on KTXD Channel 47. Brought to you by Texas Nissan of Grapevine and Sports Radio 1310 and 96.7 FM. The Ticket.
Good morning. We're approaching 7 o'clock here on Sports Radio 1310 and 96.7 FM, The Ticket, and also here at KTXD Channel 47, where you can catch the Cowboys and Bears tonight. Muse in the News with Gordo coming up at 7:15.
Hell yeah.
And then we'll hear the amazing story of Junior still without power now as we go to day 4.
Hell yeah.
At 7:40. So don't miss that.
Such fake attitude.
All right, Mac Brown was right. When asked about the Big 12 no longer having a title game, he said, last time I looked, I think we've got 2 of them this Saturday. And it turns out he was right, because Oklahoma State played Oklahoma early at 11 o'clock in Stillwater. And if the Sooners could pull off the upset there, then that would turn the Baylor-Texas game into a title game. If Oklahoma State won it, they would be the Big 12 champs.
Pushing tighter on George.
And it looked, no, don't, please. And it looked like as the Cowboys went up by 7 in the fourth quarter, that was going to happen. I kept waiting for them to wear down Oklahoma, run off and leave them. It looked like maybe they did on the first play from scrimmage, although that was a bad omen. It goes for a touchdown and then called back due to a holding call. But Oklahoma just kept hanging in there. They used 3 different quarterbacks.
Pull out on camera 1.
If you don't shut up, I'm going to go over there and slap you with something.
Oh, that would be great for everybody.
We can finally see it televised.
To see a domestic
this guy,
on TV.
This guy doesn't have the guts to take a swing at me.
All right, he's a terrorist.
I want the Metroplex to see you on your back on the ground.
Oh, please.
Crying.
Now he's a radio and TV terrorist.
All I know is you messed your pants earlier today, and you don't want anyone here to mention.
Who was late to the show today because of chronic diarrhea?
No,
that was Gordon. I wasn't going to say it.
Notice how
I was late because of George's chronic diarrhea.
That's a horrible comeback. You lose.
You let me borrow a vehicle, and I have to towel the thing before I can get in it.
America, notice that both of them are hiding behind the anchor desk.
You are
I'm the only one.
He's behind the anchor desk.
I am the only one.
I'm the one standing up. I'm standing up the whole time. You bring it on.
Look, America, I'm the only one. I'm the only one.
He's showing his bottom.
I'm the only one in control of my bowels on this set.
Barely. He's diapered.
Okay, can we stop talking about Gordon's diarrhea?
George has horrible diarrhea right now.
We have a kitchen,
and he has a vasectomy that went awry, and he's having problems in that area, too.
Fine. I would now like to launch a lawsuit against you. You're now being sued. I would like to announce that live on television and radio. Turn off Gordon's mic.
No. When George makes a point, do a slow zoom into his mouth.
Don't do that. No one's ready for that.
Oh, Lord.
So anyway, a bunch of stuff happened.
Okay, can I say this about the Bedlam game? I was shocked that Oklahoma was in it at the half. It was 10-10 at the half.
Yeah.
And it felt like Oklahoma should be down 3 touchdowns. And Trevor Knight, the quarterback, gets hurt at halftime. And so they've got to come out and they start Thompson in the second half. He immediately throws an interception. Then they're going back and forth between Bell and Thompson. 3 quarterbacks.
3 and outs.
3 and outs. It took a punt return for a touchdown by Jalen Saunders. It took an incredible goal line stand by Oklahoma on 4th and 1 to stop Oklahoma State from putting more points on the board. It took, like you said, a 99-yard touchdown getting called back. It took basically a miracle, but what did Switzer always call it? Sooner magic? More Sooner magic. And at the end of that game, they're up. Oklahoma State's having to try to pull off a miracle Cal Stanford play. It ends up getting fumbled. Oklahoma picks it up, runs it in for a touchdown to make it look even more lopsided, than it actually was. And not that it was lopsided at all, but for Oklahoma to win that game, I thought was a miracle. On the road, in Stillwater, in those conditions, with 3 different quarterbacks, I couldn't believe they won.
Blake Bell on that 66-yard drive at the end looked like Joe Montana.
Yeah.
That was a great drive, great throw, the corner route to Saunders for the win. That was tremendous. And then that puts them in a BCS game. They're in the Sugar Bowl against Bama.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that could get really ugly.
It could get really ugly. That looks like a tremendous mismatch on paper. But I'll say this about the Oklahoma coaching staff. This is one of Stoops and his staff's better jobs.
Okay.
They basically have not had a quarterback all year long. They don't have any studs. They don't have any All-Americans. I mean, Saunders is good.
No real go-to on offense.
No, they don't really have a go-to guy. And on defense, they don't have a standout. And they're 10-2 going to a BCS game. That's a miracle.
Yeah. Well, how about his record over Mike Gundy? It's 8-1.
Yeah.
He pretty much owns Gundy and Oklahoma State. So then that makes the game between Texas and Baylor that much more dramatic. And Texas is trying to do the same thing that Oklahoma did, hang in there against a very explosive team. And they were doing that through a half and really through, I guess, 2.5 quarters or so. A Texas touchdown on an unbelievable throw by Case McCoy, who just threw it up after nearly getting sacked. That brought him back within 10. But Lake Seastrunk was back for Baylor. Antoine Goodley was huge. And you can only hold down that Baylor offense for so long. Baylor wins it 30-10. They win the Big 12 for the first time ever. It's only their third conference championship. And what a moment for the Baylor fan, because my sister went down to the game. I was going to go down to the game with her, and I thought, I don't want to fight through all that ice and stuff. She went down. She was there for the 74 Miracle on the Brazos, and she said it was very emotional for Bear fans who were there. And I can imagine so. You know, the last game at Floyd Casey Stadium, and they win the Big 12. And for the first time in school history, they win 11 games. They're BCS bound as the Big 12 champ to the Fiesta Bowl to take on Central Florida.
That's a little bit of a buzzkill.
A little bit of a buzzkill, but still, they're in a BCS Bowl. That's pretty amazing. And what Art Briles has done there the last 6 years.
They rolled up 500 yards of offense, and Texas was hanging in there, but did you notice that Baylor took control in the third quarter, and they got it going offensively then, but that's also when Ahmad Dixon came back from his suspension.
Right.
And that really did change the complexion of the Baylor defense.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Texas couldn't move the ball.
No, they stuffed them in the final quarter and a half. And so now you have plenty of questions about Mack Brown. He was asked about it after the game. He said he's not talking about it. His answer is the same the last 15 times you asked me about it.
Right.
Who knows what happens? They play in the Alamo Bowl now. I will say, just like Stoops, I think, did a good job with maybe not a full deck. Pulling this thing out of the ditch and going 8-4 is pretty remarkable for Mack Brown and his staff.
I think so, too.
That's a pretty amazing turnaround. All right, more on the college scene, including the BCS title game that had a switch up thanks to the upset in the Big Ten championship game. We'll do that later this morning at 8:55. But up next, it's Gordo and Muse in the news.
George Dunham gets a live wedgie on television.
Doubtful.
Here in just a few moments, and we'll update you on the toll that Dallas-Fort Worth endured from the ice storm.
The Ticket presents The Gift.
A beautiful car makes a great first impression. That's why at Maaco, for a limited time, we're offering our most popular paint service for half price. So come to Maaco and let us turn the car you drive back into the car you love. Maaco, America's body shop.
When buying American craftsmanship at Adams Furniture, you're not only getting the highest quality, but investing in American pride, jobs, and a way of life for our families. Adams Furniture has built its business on these principles, and we invite you to our showroom in Justin. Adams Furniture offers a wide selection of styles for every budget and supports American furniture makers by selling American-crafted products.
Support the American worker by buying quality American-made furniture here at Adams Furniture in Justin.
If the road inspires anything, it's a song or two. And all these twisted miles between you and me, I found these 6 songs on back roads, in cafes, and truck stops across the American West. I guess you could call it my musical journal. Bronco Roads, Life in the West, available now on iTunes and at broncoroads.com. I know the reasons why.
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay. Wow. That is so weird. Hey! Hi! Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
And what would this pretty little girl like for Christmas?
I'm thinking the Ford Fusion.
The what?
I need a car that's stylish and fashionable, especially in my line of work.
Now, do you have a little lemonade stand?
Guys, I'm in fashion. But I also need amazing tech, too. Like Active Park Assist. It practically parks itself.
And what color would you like?
I'll have my assistant send you over some swatches.
Oh.
Now drive a new Ford Fusion for only $199 a month during the Dream Big sales event. Going on now at your Best in Texas Ford dealer.
I guess it was my doctor's office that told me about Fit Steps for Life, that it was free to cancer survivors. That's the great part about Fit Steps for Life is you go and they give you a personalized routine to help you get back on track with your exercise and diet. Fit Steps for Life has all the tools and the equipment to help you get back on track.
Fit Steps for Life serves all cancer patients. For information, go to fitstepsforlife.org.
A beautiful car makes a great first impression. That's why at Maaco, for a limited time, we're offering our most popular paint service for half price. So come to Maaco and let us turn the car you drive back into the car you love. Maaco, America's Body Shop.
Good morning, everybody. We'll get you back to the ticket takeover in a minute, but right now you're here in our wonderful Sub-Zero Wolf Bentwood kitchen. I'm Dawn Neufeld from the broadcast, and on any other day, you can meet us right here from 9 to 11 on KTXD. I'm here with executive chef at Breadwinners, Adam Kovac, and he is here with an amazing spread today. And in this first hour, we're going to show you a couple things Breadwinner has going on for us. Let's start over here. What's going on over here, Adam?
Absolutely. We brought a small sampling of the delicious treats that we provide over the holidays. It gets a little chaotic. Family comes in town. Let us take care of it. We've got beautiful cakes, cake balls, cupcakes, cutout cookies, desserts, breads, all kinds of stuff. And we even do a lot of really nice savory stuff over the holidays. You can get your roasted turkey dinner.
I was going to say a whole meal, right? So what kind of meals can people get?
We really like our roasted turkey dinner, and then as well as a ham dinner. And then you get a choice of stuffings, potatoes, all kinds of different sides. We can really customize it to exactly what you'd like to serve.
And that's perfect for someone like me. I like to spend the day with the kids, presents. I don't want to have to worry about cooking, so I can come pick up some catering, right?
Absolutely. We'll have it ready for you.
I love it. I love it. So what else? What kind of cake is this?
This is our red velvet cake, and we do a little different garnish over the holidays. We like to put a little holly, and it gives a nice little festive. Imagine walking into someone's home and then having that presented out. You'd be real showstoppers. So it's really impressive, good-looking stuff to have around during the holidays.
I love it. It looks delicious. It's almost like you can take some of these and put them on a platter, and then maybe I'll stick a couple of my homemade cookies in there, and the whole thing will look like an incredible
spread. We won't
spread,
tell anybody.
Right?
You can say that you made it.
Secret.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Keep between us.
I like that. And so Breadwinners would be great right now. The weather's not great. Everybody's kind of stuck in the house. Someone can come out to one of your locations and pick a couple of these things up, right?
Absolutely. We've always got fully stocked bakery case with all kinds of fun goodies, and we've got a lot of holiday-themed stuff going on right now as we roll into the holidays.
So do you guys have like seasonal stuff on your menu? Like what can I come in there today and get for lunch?
I'll tell you one of the best things that we have on our menu we just added on is it's a pork belly sandwich. And as we get into the overindulgence of the holidays, this is a great sandwich. And so I brought some pork belly with me today, and we're going to slow braise it off, and we're going to assemble this beautiful sandwich later with a big sunny up egg on it, and it's really good stuff.
Okay, so like bacon's my favorite food, and basically pork belly is just a big old piece of bacon, right?
Absolutely. It's not smoked and cured. It's just the raw pork belly. And then we put a nice dusting of brown sugar and spices on it, and we brown it off and slow braise it for about 2 hours in the oven, and it comes out and it just falls apart, and it makes just, in my opinion, probably the best brunch sandwich.
So in other words, perfection.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I love it. Well, this is great. We've got our catering. We're going to make this sandwich a little bit later this hour, right? You're going to be watching the game tonight?
Absolutely.
Are a big Cowboys fan?
Actually, I'm from Denver, so I'm not a big Cowboys fan, but I'll be watching it for fantasy implications.
Oh, okay. I got it. Well, see, I had a bye this week. I had a bye this week. I won my division in my league, so I'm good.
So you're moving into the playoffs then on a bye.
Moving on up.
Excellent.
Very good. Well, Breadwinners has several locations in the DFW area. Drop by to take the headache out of your holiday party. And speaking of headaches, Adam will be back in a little while to share a couple of holiday hangover recipes. For more details on Breadwinners, visit thebroadcasttv.com and we'll get you connected. Let's get you back over to the guys from the ticket. Hey, Gordon.
An accident has your HOV lane blocked. Delays are from Beltline Road. Eastbound 114 at O'Connor Boulevard, your right lane is down from a wreck. Hidden Ridge is where you'll start to slow down. 20 westbound at Dowdy Ferry, your two left lanes are blocked by a crash. You'll stop and go from Highway 175. Traffic is brought to you by Wright Brand Breakfast Sausage. New Wright Brand Breakfast Sausage, reminding you what sausage is supposed to taste like with bigger, better flavor, texture, and size. Discover the greatness yourself. Find it at your local grocery store. I'm Becca with the ticket. Stick it up your tailpipe, traffic.
I'm Rich Phillips, a big focus with the Cowboys tonight. Next on the Ticket Ticker.
Hey, what kind of sub is that?
It's the Subway Big Hot Pastrami.
Subway Big Hot Pastrami?
No, pastrami.
Pastrami?
What? Hey, get back here! Pastrami!
No, pastrami!
Look, it's the Subway Big Hot Pastrami.
Want to split it?
A little late for that.
Get your own Subway Big Hot Pastrami. Tender pepper-crusted beef. Enjoy yours with mustard and pickles. Or try the Big Philly cheesesteak. Both part of the Big Cheese Duo. Hurry in. Subway. Eat fresh.
Limited time only at participating restaurants.
Sports news first. Guaranteed.
Ticket ticker.
For the fourth straight game, the Bears will be starting their backup quarterback. Ticket brought to you by the Sante Center for Healing and by GenoStem.com. Jake Cutler out with a high ankle sprain, so one-time SMU quarterback Josh McCown will start again. Do a lot of handing off to Matt Forte. Jason Garrett impressed by Forte, who should go over 1,000 yards rushing tonight.
He's just a fantastic football player. You know, they hand it to him, they throw it to him. He's a guy who makes people miss. He's got very good instincts for the game. He can catch the ball. He's good in space. He's good inside. He's just a really good player.
Probably save that for future use, too. Cowboys and Bears, a 7:40 kick in frigid Chicago. The Panthers' win streak comes to an end at 8 as Carolina loses 31-13 in New Orleans in an NFC South showdown. Saints QB Drew Brees throws for 313 yards and 4 scores, becoming just the 5th guy to throw for 50,000 yards in his career.
The milestone is great. We high-fived and we hugged each other in there a little bit, but that's kind of the extent of it. It's on to St. Louis this week on the road. We've got to be able to go on the road and win a big game.
Thanks to the Ohio State loss Saturday night, the SEC will have a chance to win its 8th straight BCS championship. Auburn benefiting with a move up into the title game. They'll play Florida State January 6th. North Texas, the only Metroplex team to go bowling. The Mean Green will play UNLV in the Heart of Dallas Bowl on New Year's Day at the Cotton Bowl. The ticket weather today, freezing fog advisory until 10 o'clock this morning. Then cloudy skies and 36 this afternoon. It's 32 right now at DFW Airport. Most major school districts closed in the Metroplex except Garland ISD is open. Mesquite ISD only has Kimball Elementary School closed because of a power outage. The ticket service of a Salt Sports Bar. Grab your buddies and head to Salt Sports Bar inside iPick Theater at the Village at Fairview. Salt Sports Bar has game day giveaways and specials on wings, drafts, and beer buckets. You might even win $100,000. Details at iPick.com. Our next ticket ticker is at 7:30. I'm Rich Phillips, reminding the P1s to be one. Tune us in, turn it up, keep it on Sports Radio 1310 and 96.7 FM, The Ticket.
This hour of the Dunham and Miller Show brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Plano.
Hopefully video won't kill the radio star, but we are taking a serious maiming as the Ticket team takes over KTXD Channel 47 all day before Cowboys Bears tonight. Brought to you by Texas Nissan of Grapevine and Sports Radio 1310 and 96.7 FM, The Ticket.
Tell you about my homeless weekend coming up here at 7:40. We'll talk Cowboys and Bears at 8 o'clock, and then at 8:15 here in about an hour, we'll go around the NFL. What a wild day in the league. But first, it's Muse in the News with Gordo, brought to us by D&M Leasing and All Pro Foundation Repair.
All right, let's get you up to date. What all happened this weekend? Boy, it was a tumultuous weekend for the Musers. Junior and I both lost power on Friday, and power returned for me. I don't know about Junior, and perhaps at 7:40 we'll hear a more detailed explanation, but there's a reason Junior looks the way he does today. Emaciated, gaunt, looks like he hasn't had access to foodstuffs.
Let's just say that yesterday afternoon I started consuming my own urine because it was my only...
That played well on television.
It was my only means of survival.
You're at another home.
Yeah.
You were fine.
You went over to your dad's, so you're sitting there in the warmth of your dad's home consuming your own urine. That seems like an odd reaction to an ice storm that's almost gone away.
Can we just pretend for a moment that I was into the wild and that it was a near-death experience?
Survivalist mode?
Yeah.
Did you have to kill a deer outside your dad's house?
I had to kill more than a deer.
Your neighbor?
Yes.
And sleep inside his carcass?
Yes. Who did that?
Luke Skywalker did that, and it wasn't
No,
his neighbor.
somebody really did that.
It was a tauntaun.
No, somebody really did that. Remember,
Nobody
you
did that.
Yeah, you sent us pictures of the woman who was inside a cow carcass or something.
She was inside a horse.
Okay, see, it happened.
It was a naked woman inside a horse.
He used to view it daily.
Oh, Channel 47 regrets this so much.
I know.
So much. Anyway, as of last night, Sunday night, which Sunday's the Lord's Day, the Lord had commanded 20,000 Encore customers to be left in the dark, and one of them was Junior Miller.
Still at 20,000, huh?
20,000. Now, at its peak, it was like, what, around 300,000 people?
Yep.
Without power? Temperature is expected to be a low of 26 today. But, you know, yesterday, although my temperature gauges, the massive amount of gauges that I have access to, were all saying 30, 31 degrees. The ice was melting.
Because of the sun, I guess?
So. But it doesn't matter if there's the sun. Doesn't it seem like if the temperature is...
Well, it could heat up the temperature, like on your roof, could be a little warmer than freezing.
I think you have a slightly old story. It was expected to get down to 26 last night, but it only got down to about 32 in most parts of the Metroplex.
So there you go.
So that's why the roads were mainly wet this morning, except for bridges.
Should probably be in school today.
Yeah.
But they had to make a call last night, I guess, so just trying to be safe.
But last night, was it all that bad?
No, it was still wet because it hadn't, it's just like it is this morning.
See, they thought it was going to get to 26 and that everything was going to freeze, but it didn't.
At least 3 deaths have been linked to the storm. Maria, M-A-R-I-J-A.
Mariha.
I don't think she made it.
I mean, no, I think it's...
Craig?
I think it's Maria, unfortunately.